Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. This is the Arsenal Agenda, episode 6. And I'm joined, special guest, man. First, we've got Clocken. What are you saying, Kurt? You good?
I'm all good, man. Despite yesterday's disappointing result, I'm all good otherwise.
Nah, I hear you, man. And Moses, my brother, man. What are you
Yeah, bro.
saying? You good?
Man's good, bro. Still hurt from yesterday. Woo, lots to
It
take,
was
bro.
definitely a painful one, and I think there's no better place to start than Anfield. Liverpool beat Arsenal 1-0 early. I don't know what we can call it, a title test. That's the best way to call it, a test. And we
Yeah,
failed miserably. We failed miserably. I'll come to
honestly.
you first, Curtis. Yeah. What do you think went wrong, and how do you think the game played out on the whole?
Two things that went wrong. Tactically, we set up wrongly against the opponent. This is like there's one thing tactically we set up wrong against the opponent. And two, we didn't play particularly well. So if we start on the first one, not setting up correctly, Arteta sometimes, even though I'm not necessarily Arteta right, I feel that sometimes he disrespects opponents, and we've seen that a few times. PSG at home, PSG away. Obviously, I appreciate that Partey in no situation when he was still playing for us, he obviously received a
Yeah,
card and he wasn't eligible to pay. Sorry, it wasn't eligible to play in the first PSG game. So they decided to go with Marino in the midfield. And obviously, we got caught out in the first PSG game at home and we conceded because Marino was the last man standing because he's not a defensive midfielder. And then in the away leg, similar kind of happened whilst Partey did return up. We just couldn't find an answer. Then obviously, fast forward now, next season, we're now playing another giant in Liverpool in the Premier League. And I see that starting lineup. And when I see that starting lineup as Marino in midfield, I thought straight away he's disrespecting midfield. When I looked at it, I kind of understood what he was trying to do because previous seasons when we've had Havertz and Odegaard, or sometimes when we're leading with Havertz leading the press with or without the ball, sometimes off the ball we play with a 4-4-2 with Odegaard really high up the pitch with Havertz. That's what we tried to achieve yesterday. So obviously with Gyökeres up top, we tried to playing Marino as a second striker. But the issue of that is, whilst we know Marino can play a cam, he's played cam for Spain before. He's played cam for us before in Arsenal. When I think Bournemouth away last year when we was without Odegaard, we played with Partey, Rice, and Marino. But Marino didn't create anything, and that's the same issue we had yesterday. We're trying to play Marino as a creative midfielder when he's not a creative outlet. And what happened yesterday was basically Marino was playing as a false nine, as a second striker, and at some points he was higher up the pitch than Gyökeres. So that was one
yes.
thing where we went wrong. I personally, obviously, I would have started Eze or Ranieri in the 10 because we would have had our creative attacking outlet. Two, we know Martinelli has been quite anonymous for the last 2 seasons. Don't get me wrong, his work rate is good. He's good defensively as well. But we want our left wing spot to be a creative outlet, either providing goals and assists or bringing other players into play. It was typical Martinelli fashion yesterday, struggling to beat his man, running the ball out of play, struggling to cross in and bring other players in. Two, performance. I personally feel that we got overrun in midfield. I know some people say we played well midfield. I personally
Mm.
thought Liverpool's midfield got the better of Rice and Zubimendi. That Zubimendi double pivot didn't work well yesterday. And don't get me wrong, Zubimendi is a great player. We've seen him against Bilbao in pre-season and he looked brilliant. But what we have to remember is Bilbao's a La Liga team and he played La Liga before. Playing against Liverpool, similar we saw last week against Manchester United or the other week against Manchester United, Zubimendi was struggling a bit because he's still getting used to the physicality of the Premier League. But for me, we lost the midfield battle. That's why we lost the game. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, we was unfortunate. So Bosley scored a peach and free kick. But that aside, what frustrates me about Arteta is when things are not going well, he's slow to react and slow to make changes. Anyone could see we were losing that midfield battle in the first half. And then when we come out in the second half, we was hoping for changes either at the 45th minute or the 55th minute. We waited to 70 minutes to then make changes, which by then, and look, Eze's not even a left winger, but it just shows that he come on the left wing. He was beating his man. He was letting off shots. He was doing crosses. He was bringing other players into play. He was beating his fullback. Madueke had a good game as well on the right hand side, and he
Great
was
game.
beating his fullback, putting crosses in,
I
having
agree.
shots. And obviously, it's unfortunate. Obviously, we lost Saliba as well. But credit to Mosquera because he looks like a player, man. He came in
Wait,
5 minutes
can
in.
I just stop you there?
Go on.
You know Saliba was injured in the warm-up, right?
Oh, that's
You
what
lot
we
know
later
this?
found out. Apparently, we later found out he had a knock on injury in the warm up, but he continued to play him.
Criminal.
Crazy. So that's why I feel we lost. It's a shame. Luckily, obviously, it's 3 games in. We've got 35 to go, but it's worrying signs because we hadn't lost against the Big Six in a long time, in a couple of seasons. So obviously, we can pick ourselves up. We're 3 games in. We've got 35 left to go in the Prim, but it just worries me that as much as I like Arteta, sometimes he's tactically inept, and there's going to be other big games in the Prem. We've still got to go to Manchester City away. We've got Manchester City at home in a few weeks' time. We've got we've got Nottingham Forest at home. We've got Manchester City at home, and then we've got to go to Newcastle United away, and that's going to be a tough place to go, St James's. But yeah, at this point, Moses, you're up next. How did you feel the game went? Talk to us.
Honestly, like the game was embarrassing, I can't lie, because when I felt it, because when I saw the lineup, I said, okay, cool, you know what? Before the lineup, I just said, let me give my prediction 2-1. And then when I saw it, I said, oh my days. Mikel Merino playing as a 10, it's not gonna work out. Martinelli as left wing, it's not gonna work out either. But like, I was stressful, man. I was stressful. I was just hurt by that game. And plus, yeah, I can't lie, I was actually happy with Madueke because Madueke playing on the right, it actually suits him there than him playing on the left. Because when I see him play on the left, like he does, but he just does it that well. Because I prefer him as a right wing. Because now, like you said, Eze, they could have started as a number 10 instead of Mikel Merino. I agree. Like it's just been awful. Like yeah, it's just been awful.
Nah, you know how I looked at that game. So the lineup, I saw it. Although we all wanted Eze to start, I was like, okay, cool. When it gets to 60 minutes, we're gonna change it up because Mikel Arteta, one thing that I've been crediting him for is the first 2 games he made 5 subs. He made 5 subs by 60 minutes in the last game against Leeds. The previous game against Man United, he brought on everyone. Early substitutions, 60 minutes, he weren't afraid to make the changes. But when I saw how the game was going, Liverpool were there for the taking. They were there. Now, I don't care what anyone says. That is not a good. That Liverpool is poor. It's a poor side. And the fact that we made them look so great, we didn't really trouble their goal. Eze, that was probably the biggest chance when he failed to shoot and it was almost a penalty. Cool. It's his first game. It is what it is, isn't it? You're not always gonna get the rub of the green. It could have been a penalty, it could have been a goal, whatever. It happens. But when I saw how the game was going, we were on top of Liverpool that first half. We had 6 shots to their 2. I think that was the first half stats. So clearly, it was 50-50 possession. But the second half, Liverpool were obviously going to come out and make changes. They were going to get a rocket up their backside from Slot. There was no doubt he was going to give it to them. And they came out 70% possession, dominating us. The stats switched. It was 6 shots to 2. We didn't learn, okay, let's make these changes now. It's 55 minutes. We're getting overrun in midfield. Zubimendi, cool. Whatever. He's getting booed. There was a lot of pressure on him. A lot of pressure on Zubimendi.
Especially Mikel Merino. Mikel Merino was terrible.
He
was
just got sent off. He got sent off.
Martinelli
last game against Liverpool. He got sent off.
Martinelli could have had a shot. He could have actually had a shot from there. Like, bro, why did he let
yeah.
What's Soboslai? Why did he let Soboslai just get the ball? Why did he let him get the ball?
I'm gonna get on to Martinelli. I'm gonna get on to it. I'm gonna get on to it because we've got so much to cover. We're just giving our thoughts on a game, but we're gonna break down individuals. At the moment, I'm just focusing on Arteta's management of this game because, like I said, we got to 55 minutes. We're getting overrun. he's not making changes. 60 minutes, no changes. 65, 70. I think he made a change on about the 72nd minute, I think it was. And by then,
69. I think it was the 69th minute or something like that, wasn't it?
But you can see Liverpool was starting to get in the ascendancy. The commentators are saying, "Oh, the Anfield crowd is up for this. They can sense something," because they could see Arsenal were dropping deeper, deeper, deeper. Gravenberch is getting on the ball, dictating the play. Their midfield is dictating the play.
Mm-hmm.
But Zubimendi, he made a poor challenge. I don't want to get onto him too much. It's early, the pace of the Premier League. But this is what happens. You make dangerous tackles, you will get punished. Like, you will literally get punished. This game was always going to be won on a mistake or an individual piece of brilliance. Which it was. Brilliant free kick by Szoboszlai. And then we decided to play football. Finally, 80 minutes on the clock. Arsenal are popping the ball about. Zubimendi on the ball. Why, for the whole game up to this point, why was our defenders all having touches of the ball? Triangles in defense, playing dangerous passes. That's what our tactic was. Keep the ball at the back. Why was the ball not going into midfield? Why was the midfield not breaking lines? Why? Our only chances were like long balls over the top to Madueke. Madueke versus Kirkes, he had him on toast. What was going on in this game? I don't know. Why does Mikel Arteta, every big game, since his biggest game was the FA Cup semi and the final, but every big game since then, away from home or when it matters, he shits the bed. And this is my issue with Arteta. He seems to be shitting the bed a lot. And this is his season. He's got all his players. We can say no left winger, whatever. I'm not having that excuse because Zeze, we saw him. He came on and he's already better than Martinelli. Already. He done one. I'm sure we all saw it. That when he chopped Szoboszlai. He's not even a right back. Why can't Martinelli take on his man? He's one-on-one and he decides to pass it. Let's go on to Martinelli. Anyone take the floor. Talk about this Martinelli guy. Because I don't like to get onto individual players. I don't like to single people out. But I think Arteta is hanging him out to dry.
I can't lie. Martinelli playing on the left, like, it don't really work. Because when you play him as a striker, cool. That's when he's basically on it. Because guys been telling me that, oh, Martinelli can play as a striker, but I don't really see that. Because honestly, left wing he can't do it, right wing he cannot do it. Like, where do you want us to play him? So for me personally, I think he should leave. That's what I feel like it. He should leave. He needs to leave. I'm back to left winger.
Our tactics are completely wrong for him.
Yeah.
The thing is, we know Martinelli's an inside forward. When he come in under Emery in 1920 season, he was beautiful, man, playing beautiful football, picking up the ball from the wing, drifting into the middle, slotting it away against Chelsea away that 1920 season. We've seen it against Real Madrid in the Champions League. We've seen it away in the Champions League at the Bernabeu, picks up the ball from Jesus, Odegaard, whoever was playing, slots the ball through, run from the halfway line, runs through the middle, one-on-one with the keeper, puts it away at the Bernabeu.
Marino gave him.
So it should be Martinelli either playing as an inside forward, or the tactics need to change. Like, Martinelli needs to beat his fullback, bring other players into play. Me personally, I tell you, there was a game I think last season where we had both Martinelli. It was when Odegaard was out, and we saw Martinelli. I think we saw like Martinelli playing the left wing, and then we saw like Trossard playing slightly inside, and then they were switching. They were switching mid-game. I can't remember what game it was.
Liverpool game. It was the Liverpool game when he scored the header. The second half of the Liverpool game. Yeah, and he was sensational that game. He scored the header, like he was cutting inside, like running in behind. But but I
Well, we
don't
need
know.
when we're rotating games and stuff through the season, and like, obviously Havertz will be back at some point because he's got knee surgery. Gyökeres is playing as well. There's going to have to be some games where Eze is on the left and Martinelli's a false nine because he's going to be 1-on-1 with the keeper. He's going to be occupying the box. But like, I sometimes we used to play Smith Rowe as like an inside forward, drifting in from the left wing, playing as a false nine. It's unfortunate. I think with Martinelli, it's been 2 seasons now, so we need to really look to sell him. But the reality is, Arteta's too sentimental when it comes to players. One, Arteta wants Martinelli to stay. 2, Martinelli wants to stay himself, and he's got a long-term contract, so he ain't going this window. And unless we get a £70 million off, or the window finishes at 7 o'clock today in 7 hours' time, so unless we're getting a £70 million offer, we're going to say no, and he ain't going to go to Saudi. It's a shame. He needs a loan because the reality is Martinelli needs to be looking over his shoulder because our man. Eze put a master performance in yesterday, and we're going to see Eze be playing on that left spot. Even Madueke, even though Madueke's not brilliant on the left wing, he offers us something different with, decent crosses in. Like when we used to see Tierney push up from left back, left wing back, and we saw Tierney last season play left wing, he was putting in crosses similar to Madueke. So Martinelli needs to look over his shoulder because with performances like that yesterday from Eze, we're going to be seeing Eze play a lot on that left wing. We're going to be seeing Martinelli stubbed off or not starting games if he continues on the trajectory that he's been playing. It's a shame because he's a talented player, Brazilian international, FA Cup winner of us. It's a shame. It's either that or we need to go back to the playing style that we had 22-23 season, that free flowing football. Also, that left 8 spot is a problem. We're hoping that obviously with Gyökeres as the new striker rather than Havertz, that Gyökeres will bring Martinelli into play more, which hopefully he will unlock Martinelli. But that left 8 spot, whether it's Rice or so, or we play sometimes Eze there, we haven't had a proper decent left 8. I know Rice plays left 8. We haven't had a proper left 8 since Granit Xhaka, and Granit Xhaka used to bring in Martinelli a lot. So hopefully as we evolve that left 8 spot, whether it's Rice playing there, Zubimendi playing there, Eze playing there, we have Eze. I want to see some games where we've got Odegaard in the 10 with Eze as the 8, and then you've got Zubimendi or Rice in the 6. That proper attacking outlet, Eze in the 8, should unlock Martinelli because something's got to change, man. Our tactics got to change. We can't have another season like that for Martinelli. It's the 2nd season now.
No, that's true. Still, that's true. Because when it was becoming last minute, how come Max Diamond came on to replace Madueke, our best player? Madueke, for me personally, should have stayed on the pitch. He should have stayed on the pitch. There was no point in bringing Max Diamond in like 5 to 3 minutes. Like what?
But that's the thing with Arteta, though. Once again, we're losing the game. There's no urgency. Why is Rice and Zubimendi still on the pitch? Do we need both of them?
Thank you.
Do we need both of them? Can't we play Ethan or Eze left 8? Or even Odegaard? Put him there. Because Odegaard is just a body at this stage. He's our captain. He's a body. Like, he had the chance to shoot. He had the chance to shoot, I don't know if anyone even noticed it. He had the chance to shoot and he tried to play a reverse pass into Gyökeres. Like, eye of the needle. Just shoot. Gyökeres will be there for the rebound. You don't remember the last game at Anfield when he actually decided to shoot for the first time?
Yeah.
And then Marino scored the header? Like, I don't get what all of this intricate play and passing is on the edge of the box. You're close to goal, shoot. Just shoot. Hit the target. You don't know what's going to happen. Deflection, anything. The goalie, bruv, he could have a stinker.
If you can't
I don't get.
I'll just shoot.
Exactly. I don't understand what goes on. And out of all the things Arteta does, the things that boggles my mind is when we're losing, why doesn't he go for the win? Why does it seems like it's like, okay, we're going to try and get a draw. Put on 2 10s and go for it. Let's lose 2-0 if we're gonna try and win the game 2-1. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't get why. It's constant. It's constant. This is my criticism of him, and this is why I want him gone. It's not because the trophy's cool, whatever. We ain't won a trophy. No one has a God-given right for a trophy. I get that, but it's the individual mistakes from Arteta. When shit hits the fan, I want to see my manager say, you know what, fuck it, bruv. I'm going all out, bruv. If I lose 2-1, 2-0, 3-0, it is what it is. But I'm not gonna leave any stone unturned. And that's what Arteta does. There's always questions. We done it in the market. Fair enough. Here's a comment. Madueke is the only Arsenal player I give credit to. He tried hard. Big up to Truth. Although
I agree.
Madueke looked very good, we know we needed that left wing. We know what we needed. We didn't
No,
go
definitely.
and get it. But we can't make that. We can't make that excuse this season because Eze can play there, and we've seen he's done a good job already. So when is Arteta gonna get over the line? When is it a big game gonna come and he says, you know what? Not big games at home. At home we're fine. It's these away games.
Away games, we
Oh,
struggle.
I
We always
don't.
struggle. Even substitution, we always do it so late. I don't understand that. What's the matter? What is it? What is it? Is it because we got the lineup, or is it, oh, we don't have enough players? Bro, we got enough players anyway. And if something's not working, change it. Like, this is the same thing as last season when we was challenged Man City. Oh, it's because we didn't have enough squad depth. We do. We literally have it right there. And he was complaining about this, let me not bring on this player. Let me not bring on that player. Bro, Ethan Ranieri, what happened last season? Did he not play?
I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. I'm sitting here watching the game, right? Even if Eze looks sick on that left wing, but even if they'd put Drossard on the left wing, swapped Marino for Odegaard, swapped Rice for Eze, and we weren't attacking, I wouldn't have minded that. Like, or even say, okay, Odegaard's not ready in that yet. Yeah, put Ranieri in the 10, Eze in the 8, Trossard on the left. You know, there's different options that we had. You could even had Eze in the 10, Waneri in the 8, and Trossard on the left wing, and we would have gone full attacking, but nothing to lose. We're you're already at a draw.
easy.
You're really losing 1-0. Go all out. We could have won the game. And also, I know people say we lost to a peach of a free kick. We did, but we set, like I said, a lot of people said we set for a draw, and also, regardless of that free kick or not, we could have been a few goals up had we made attacking changes at the 50th, 55th or 6th minute. So 55th or 60th minute. Like I said, either we could have took Marino off, put Odegaard in the 10, put Eze Waneri in the 8, put Trossard on the left wing. You know, we had options. That's what I don't understand. It's not like we looked to the bench. We had multiple attacking 8s and attacking 10s on the left. We had left wing options as well, also on the bench. It's just really frustrating because that game, Liverpool, they were there for the taking. They were defensively. We saw we could get at them because Konate and Van Dijk. They're not the Konate and Van Dijk of old. They're not. They're defensively. They're susceptible to They leaked a few goals last games. I don't know why we didn't get onto Konate and Van Dijk a lot more. We had the opportunity there.
To be honest, Konate and Van Dijk, they were actually shaky. They was not even good. They weren't even good. Like for the time, I think it was the second half, I saw Van Dijk making a slight mistake, and I was not because obviously Gyökeres was going towards the ball. I said to myself, wait, Gyökeres, look, Van Dijk already made a mistake. Go and get the ball. He nearly got it, but it went obviously to the goalkeeper. So, and Konate, his eyes is looking to Real Madrid. So I don't think, bro.
It's a bit of pill to swallow that when you've got attacking outlets on the bench that you can bring on to change your game and you're too scared to play them. I don't know why Arteta can't go so bold. Like, don't get me wrong, he's worried that we might lose the game. But isn't it better to get all guns blazing knowing that you tried everything to win the game rather than just concede like, okay, it's 0-0, it's 60th minute. Looks like we're not going to win the game. We're just going to see it out. Then you'll see you can see the peach of a free kick. Then bringing on Dalman. So like I know Dalman is a brilliant talent. He can play multiple positions. He can play right wing. He can play in the 10. He can play false 9. Because in reality, Dalman is actually an attacking midfielder. Similar to Eze. Eze, we put him on the left wing, but he's an attacking midfielder. It's just concerning. We've got Nottingham Forest up next. Yeah, obviously they just lost 3-0 to West Ham United. But Nottingham Forest are playing well this season and last season. It's not going to be easy playing Nottingham Forest at home, followed by Manchester City. Manchester City, they got depth. They got squad depth in abundance as well. That's not going to be an easy game. They're going to have something
No.
between their teeth, City, especially after losing the Prem last year and falling short. They're going to be up for it, Man City. Then to go away to Newcastle United, fair enough, they might have, it looks like they're going to lose Isak and that, but we know the talent they've got at Newcastle United. Have they still got Jacob Ramsey? Have they still got, obviously, Callum Wilson left, but they've still got Anthony
Alanga, Gordon, yeah.
They've got Alanga now as well. So, and we know the quality that
Wissa, they just signed Wissa Watermaid. They're ready.
Yeah.
Looks like Isak's going, man. Looks like
looking
Isak's
tough.
going. He's just arrived in Liverpool for his medical. So, boy, the task of winning the league has just got that much harder, hasn't it?
Because I feel
They
like
beat
if
us
this time
with
Mark
hearts.
Guay is over. I feel like it's over. If this time Mark Guay.
quality
Yeah,
side.
Palace just loaned a defender from Brighton, so that's gonna be done. Liverpool's gonna get it done. They're gonna get Isak and Gahey today.
Big up Mosquera is a quality signing. Like I was really
Yeah.
impressed with Mosquera yesterday. But that aside, when I saw those links to we were linked to Gray this summer window, last summer window in January. I was looking at that Gray signing the last month or so, thinking we should be in for Gray. England international. Yeah, he's young. I thought he was 28. I think Gray is actually only 25, 26.
He's 26, yeah.
He's relatively young. Gray. He can play multiple positions. He's predominantly a right centre back, but he can play left centre back. He got called into the England squad after playing a few friendlies. He went to the Euros. He was fantastic at the Euros. Okay, fair enough. There's concerns over Gray because obviously Gray would want to play first team football. But I'm sorry, if we've got in for him, yeah, fair enough. Liverpool in for him. If we also got in for him, not to stay in London, I think we would have been in a Tyson project. But then obviously there's questions around would Arteta have rotated Gabriel and Saliba? But with someone like Gray coming in, you'd like to think that Champions League, Saliba might play Premier League. Gray, like we'd have the quality of Gray, we'd been able to rotate Saliba enough. Because obviously now Saliba's gone down, and we're going to be relying on Mosquera to come in because White's still returning from injury. White's still injured.
Yeah.
And Timber's been carrying an injury and still been playing.
Yeah, it was done yesterday. He had a mad cramp. Was playing with 10 men. I don't know if any of you clocked it. He was playing as a striker.
Yeah.
We had no right back. We had no right back. The game was in such a bad state. And you know what? I agree with this. I think Konate did have a good game. He locked down Gyökeres. I kind of felt for him. It was bad. He was drowning. But at the same time, as we know, we don't really give him service. He was feeding off scraps.
No creativity.
Barely just playing balls in behind for him. Just run onto it. Just test the defender.
And do you know what that comes down to? Another thing, like Norgard picked up. We knew we bought Norgard when we knew he had an injury record, and now he's injured. He's barely featured, and now Norgard's injured. But the thing is, I wouldn't have been I'm not a Marino fan. Marino is better as a false nine, but we've seen Rice also play as a cam before last season a few times, and he looked all right. So I don't know, they could have done something different. It could have been Zubimendi, Rice, or someone else in there. I know they want experience with Zubimendi and Rice, but not starting Eze or Ranieri or Odegaard in that 10 that really cost us. There was no creativity in that first half. We got overrun in the first half. In the second half, it was bad, like you say, in terms of the stats, when Liverpool were dominating 70% of possession and we had 30%. And Liverpool were passing the ball to death. We just couldn't get the ball. Crazy, man. And we've got more.
Oh shit! It's confirmed. Isak.
Is he finally done?
Yeah.
Well, they said last
night.
Romano
3 hours ago.
Yeah, Romano and Ornstein put it out last night that the fee had been agreed. So there's no surprise that it's been.
Okay.
Did you not see it last night?
Nah.
Yeah, last night in the WhatsApp chat, Moses was in there, wasn't it? Moses, like 10, 11 last night. We saw that he's at 10, 11 last night or midnight. We saw he's at Liverpool done.
Yeah, everything was done.
You know what's mad though? Because a few weeks ago, that £120 million fee was rejected because I think it was 100 mil plus 20 mil add-ons a few weeks ago. It was rejected. And yesterday, it was done for like 120 plus 10 or 120 plus 20. So it's mad they bowed down. You think Newcastle would have held out for 140, but you know what? From the other day when we saw the Newcastle had bought that new striker, I think it was game over when we saw they bought that new striker and they went in Newcastle. So.
Yeah.
But no excuses for Arteta, mate. Regardless of whether Liverpool have gone and got Isak and they're going to get Gray. I don't care. You got a guy You need to go all guns blazing, do what you can do in the Premier League. We've got the Champions League, and
Four
also we've got
competitions.
Carabao Cup, FA Cup. There's no excuses. Obviously, we won the two big ones, the Premier League and the Champions League. We also want Carabao Cup, FA Cup. We want all four. So we go for all four. If we end with two, a domestic double in the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, it's been a successful season. It's been a good season. If we win the Premier or UCL, it's a fantastic season. If we end the season with no trophies, we've got no excuses. You've got all the players in that you wanted. You've got a full squad. You've got squad depth. You've had 6 years. No excuses. But reality is, the owners are fully behind the manager. There's only pressure from externally, which is the fans. No internal pressure because the board is happy. We make top four. We get the Champions League qualification money. We go far in the Champions League and the Carabao Cup. We earn money for the club that way. The club's making profit. I think they're gonna they're not going to pay £30 million to Arteta to leave the last 2 years of his contract. We're stuck with him. It's just a shame because he's got no excuses. Last year we had injuries and we had poor VAR decisions and we didn't have enough squad depth, which some of it I put on him, but also the KFC didn't want to invest. Previous season, we also didn't do enough for the transfer window. This window, Bert has patterned it up. They put the KFC put their trust in the Berta to do the transfers. We've had all the transfers in. What's concerning though, we've still got players we've not transferred out. We've still got, like, for example, obviously, I know Kivior to Porto is looking likely because obviously we've got Hincapie coming in on a loan with an obligation to buy. Then we've uncertainty with Sinchenko. With Sinchenko going or not, we've got uncertainty with Lokonga and Vieira and Nelson. It's a bit worrying that we're 7 hours from the close of the window and we've still got a few players we've not moved on yet.
Zinchenko as well.
Crazy.
Yeah, Fabio Vieira. I heard West Ham won him. Reece Nelson's still here, isn't he? Like, why? That, you know what? We'll move on from that. Obviously, the game's the game, and we've lost the stand now. But what's going on in the window? Like, how do you lot think the window has actually been? Because how I'd rate a transfer window is not just your buys, it's your sells as well. So how would you lot rate it?
I think it's a 6 or 7 in terms of the attacking players we brought in. We brought quality in, obviously Gyökeres as our striker, Zubimendi as our central defensive midfielder. You know, we brought in Eze as another central attacking midfielder / left winger. Madueke, he's okay right winger, but he's not quite up to the caliber of a Saka. We've brought in obviously Kepa as a backup goalkeeper, Mosquera as well, and Norgard. Norgard's okay as a central defensive midfielder, Mosquera as a centre back. I would have liked a bit more quality on the depth in terms of the signings we've made. In terms of outguns, we've still got Nelson on 100k a week, and we're trying to do a deal for £15 million to either Fulham or Crystal Palace. We've got Lokonga we're trying to move on, which is looking like he might have a loan or permanent deal to Hamburg. We're still querying with Stuttgart over Vieira. We want 25 mil. They want to pay 15 mil. We've got West Ham United back in for Vieira, so we have to wait and see what happens to that. And for me, one frustrated, Kivio's gone too cheap at 25 million euros to Porto. The criminal should have held that for 40 million for Kivio. But I'll segue into Moses. Your thoughts on the outguns?
Yeah, the Cummins.
Okay.
I give it like a 7. I agree with you, 7. The outgoings, pretty much we haven't really
0.
I'll say 0 because honestly, like the only player that we just sold is Kivio. That's it, Kivio. You're not selling Reece Nelson. You're not selling Sinchenko. Who else?
Marquinhos has been sold. I think there was 2 before Kivio. It was Marquinhos
and Tavares. Marquinhos and Tavares. We made 9 to 10 million from Tavares and Marquinhos. Marquinhos was €2.5 million, I think, and 6.5 or 7 million euros for Tavares because he went permanent at Lazio.
So Marquinhos like 5 mil.
That's mad. And the rest of the frees. Tierney left on a free. Partey left on a free. Tomiyasu had his contract terminated. Meanwhile, we've still got Jorginho went on a free. We terminated his contract early. Meanwhile, we've still got Jesus on £260,000 a week or £280,000 a week, and he's contracted. He might not be back to October, and he's contracted till June. Why can't we've done a gentleman's agreement with him and asked like mutual termination of the contract? We did it with Tomiyasu. And Arsenal agreed for him to part company. Why are we not doing it, Jason? Oh, we like Jesus. We want to look after him. He's our number 9. This and that. Gyökeres should be wearing the number 9 shirt, mate. I know that if 14 is prestigious with Henry, but Gyökeres should be wearing the number 9. Manchester
he wants
United did
it
it.
as well.
Manchester United took the number 10 shirt away from my man
Rashford.
Rashford and gave it to Mbeumo. And Rashford's deal to Barcelona or whatever hadn't even been agreed yet.
Mental.
Crazy. So
Yeah,
we're going into the next. We've got to hope. The thing is also Vieira and Lokonga, if they don't end up getting permanent deals, it'd be another loans, and they might end up leaving on a free because we've only just extended both their contracts for another year or so. So straight. I don't know why the Nelson one's taking so long. To be fair, with the Nelson, what happened is I thought Nelson only had a year left on his deal. It turns out he's got two. So kind of what we've done with Nelson when he was out of contract 2023, we must have offered him another like 4 years or something to 2027. But we're now 2025. He's got 2 years left. But the 100k wages has kind of put clubs off because we've got Fulham dilly-dallying. Fulham wanted Nelson for another loan, but we'd rather just either loan with an obligation to buy or straight up buy with Fulham. We've also got Crystal Palace in for Nelson, so
yeah.
he's got
Crystal Palace.
Wait, done deal. Vieira's going to Hamburg.
so that was being discussed. Yeah, the move potentially to Hamburg. What I thought.
Yeah, Hamburg. Yeah.
What's
It's
the
done.
fee? Is
It's
there a
done.
fee?
20 million euros.
See,
Loan option, not an obligation.
Oh, I
But
don't think we're
this
gonna
is
buy
what I'm saying, man. Like, this is so
I don't
frustrating.
think
Reece Nelson, Jesus, who else is still here? Lokonga, Trossard or Martinelli. Like, why can't we just get rid? Just dash them away. Like, I don't understand
we
it.
don't
It's
have
like
with the Trossard.
Trossard really signed a new deal.
That's the
Trossard really
thing.
signed a new deal. I'd rather keep him, sell Martinelli, bro, because Martinelli's
someone got.
he's just been lazy. Honestly, like he's just been lazy.
What's mad with the Trossard situation? So Trossard, people said it wasn't a new contract, but in reality, it was a new contract because also when I looked even months before this stuff come out, the reality was it was Trossard was contracted to 2026 with the option to extend a further year. So that's what we've done. I know they said it's not an extension, it is. We've extended Trossard for the final year and we've increased his terms and conditions in terms of his pay and stuff to reflect his position in the squad. But the thing is, Trossard is actually a better left wing and false nine than Martinelli. We should have sold Martinelli for the 60, 70 mil, get the fee in, extend Trossard for the other year, keep him and go get a proper left winger in Rodrigo or Semenyo. And what's annoying, we waited for Bournemouth to extend the Semenyo deal. Semenyo's now got another 5 years on his deal to 2030, and he's now 50 to 70 million. We should have gone in for Semenyo, secure Semenyo before the deal extension. With Semenyo now on a new 5-year deal, we're going to have to pay 50, like whether we get
80
Semenyo,
mil.
it's going to be 70, 80 mil that Bournemouth will want now.
Yeah.
He's just scored a couple of goals at, was it Liverpool the other week?
Liverpool, yeah.
We could have done with that yesterday. We could have
Because it
done with
was what?
yesterday.
Yeah, because he was 65. That was the fee, innit? 55 to 65 before the contract. Now with the contract, yeah, it's looking like a long day, man. I don't know, man, because I actually want Semenyo. At first, I was like a bit snobbish, like Semenyo, but now I'm like, but after that Liverpool performance, I'm like, the boy's got character, and that's what I like about players when they got character. Like, you're racially abused, you say, you know what, fuck this, I'm just gonna go slap 2 goals in, and he done it. Like, he done it, and he's an Arsenal fan, just like Eze. So I'd love to see. That's who I actually want. I don't actually want Rodrigo no more. I'm done with that saga. He has no. I wouldn't say ambition, but he doesn't have drive to be the best he can be.
He's sitting on the bench
He's
at
much.
Real Madrid when he could come to the Premier and play for Arsenal or Liverpool. Take a pay cut. If you back yourself, that's what I say about Anthony Joshua as a boxer. He's pricing himself out of fights. If he believed in himself, he would take smaller cuts in fights to make the big fights if he believed in himself. Similar to not Semenyo, Rodrigo. If you backed yourself, rather than just sit at Real Madrid and sit on silly wages, take a pay cut from 400,000 euros, 350,000 pound a week. Come to Arsenal for 200k. You're not short of money. And you'd be starting at Arsenal, you'd be retaining Arsenal, you'd be playing Premier League, Champions League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and you're already a household name under Real Madrid, but you'd elevate coming to Arsenal. If you backed yourself, rather than sit at Real Madrid, sitting on bench, either not starting games or not coming at all, where you'd be sitting at Arsenal, okay, Martinelli's not playing well, 60 minutes, come off, Rodrigo, you get 30 minutes every week, and then after a while you push Martinelli out the starting 11, and you'd be starting every week, Rodrigo.
And not just Arsenal. He could have gone to Liverpool,
Liverpool,
champions, City.
Manchester City,
Like,
Manchester United, Chelsea.
yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, what's he doing? Like, the guy, after I seen that, I'm like, I don't even want this guy no more. Yeah, he's not really, he doesn't have that drive in him. He doesn't have the drive.
I
He's
would have
just
took Lookman.
comfortable.
I would have took
Yeah.
Lookman. Even at this point, we had Inter Milan dilly-dallying because they've offered 40 or 43 million euros. Atalanta want 45 to 50 million. Why don't we go in for Lookman? Another player can play across, like Semenyo, can play across the front three, left wing, right wing, false nine, good with both feet. Lookman and Semenyo both are good with both feet. They
Why
can play
not
across the
both of
front
them?
three.
Get rid of Trossard and Martinelli. Bring in Lookman and Semenyo. That's an upgrade. I don't get it. Like, why are we not just going crazy? We like to get defender. The defender is going to be announced shortly.
Hincapié.
Hincapié. But at this stage, we don't want more defenders. We need firepower.
Should have kept
That's what we need.
Should have kept Kivior, sold Zinchenko, and got another attacking player, another versatile forward, because we're always short of versatile forwards. Every last couple of seasons, we've always been short. Yeah, we've got Eze, he can play across the front four, can play cam, box to box, he can play left wing, right wing, false nine. But we could have sold Trossard and Martinelli, or sold Martinelli and brought in yet another versatile forward. Imagine we sold Martinelli, we brought in Semenyo or Lookman. Oh, we're not having a great game, Semenyo. We need you to start on the left wing. You need to go up top, perfect. So it's a big season for Arteta. We've got Port Vale in a few weeks' time in the Carabao Cup. We've got to be beating them. Can't be losing to. But like we saw the other day with Manchester United against Grimsby Town, 2-0 down. Manchester United to come back 2-2 and then to lose on penalties. We can't be going out to Port Vale in the Carabao Cup in a few weeks' time. And then we've got Champions League. We're playing at Atletico Bilbao in a few weeks' time in the Champions League. We've got to be showing them some sort of respect as well, because I'd be livid if we don't win our opening Champions League group stage game.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I just see Man United, that new goalkeeper, Lamens or whatever. They've done a deal. There's a lot of movement today, to be honest, like a lot of movement. But I don't know, man. I don't know if Arsenal's going to be doing any more business. I think Hincapié will be it. I know you'd like to see, because we're just talking about Semenyo or Lookman. Lookman's going by Munich, so it looks like a very good signing if he's going by Munich. So I don't know why we didn't try to get him. It's just so frustrating, man. We got the international break now. Hopefully we can just sit back, take stock of things, and just switch it up, man. Because this first 3 games, I haven't been impressed with Arsenal. I haven't. Even the
It's not
Leeds
been great.
game, it was.
Not been great performances. We've got the results in the first 2, but the first 2 performances weren't great. Some people say Leeds was better than Manchester United. I thought Manchester United we weren't bad, but we weren't brilliant. And obviously we got lucky, one from obviously Calafiori, goal from a corner. And then Leeds, obviously we opened up once. Obviously Saliba scored from the corner. Leeds had to come to play because Leeds were playing in the mid to low block. And then Leeds had to come out and play, and we put them to the sword, so to speak, and we obviously beat Leeds 5-0. But obviously Leeds are a championship side. They've only just come back up to the Prem. They played in the Prem a few years ago, and they worked for a few campaigns. And then many years ago, they were also up 20 odd years ago. They was a regular team, the Premier League. But we couldn't take too much from the Manchester United and Leeds game, because Manchester United, they're not the Manchester United of old from 05 or 2000 or 98. Leeds have only just come back to the Prem. Liverpool was a real metric tester, because Liverpool are the reigning Premier League champions. They also won the Premier League a few years ago, and they won the Champions League a few years ago. So Liverpool, one of the top 5 teams in the Premier League and top 5 teams in the world. So we'll see. We move on to Nottingham Forest next, which we've got international break for next week. So I'm hoping Arteta versus Arsenal, they work on a few things, because especially Arteta and Arsenal and the players, because something's got to change for that Forest game. Especially Forest will have something between their teeth after losing 3-0 at home to West Ham. Many predicted Nottingham Forest to win. I did. I looked at West Ham. They're my local team. I live in East London, and I couldn't see West Ham winning the first opening. I looked at West Ham's fixtures and said they're not winning any of the first 6 fixtures apart from potentially Everton. So yeah, it was quite surprising Nottingham Forest lose.
Yeah, it was a shock. It was a big shock. I didn't 1-0. I was thinking, oh yeah, they'll equalize 2-0. then 3-0. You're like, wow, poor man. But it is what it is anyway, man. I don't know, bro. It's there's a lot of it's very disappointing what's going on at Arsenal, but we move. It is only the third game of the season, 35 to go. So hopefully things change, man.
So look, I
But
put it into perspective. Obviously, Liverpool lost to Nottingham Forest early on in the campaign last year, and Liverpool went on to win the Prem. So can be done, but we can't be seeing too many of these performances, man, and these results early on in the Premier League. In the Premier League campaign because it's very small room. Liverpool, Manchester City make you be almost perfect.
yeah, no, I agree, man. But bro, yeah, man, love for joining the stream. I think we'll leave it there. You got anything else you want to chat about? Anything else on the agenda? I
That's
just
all
made
good.
this. Yeah, man. I don't think nothing else is on the agenda. But people, make sure you're liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. And also subscribe to Curtis's channel as well. Was it Clark and Curtis, innit? I'll put it
Yeah,
in the description.
talking to
Yeah, man.
YouTube, Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah, man. Make sure you give the boy Curtis a follow. But we're out, people. And Curtis, I'll see you on the other side. We're out. Bless.